What's going on, guys? I'm back with another devlog, and today I'm going to reveal a little bit more of the story of Magnetops. So, the giant structure around Biabos is actually a Matryoshka brain, which is a um, a giant computer that's built around a solar system, and it harvests all of the power of the star and puts that energy towards computational purposes. And the Matryoshka brain has several layers to it. In the case of the world of Magnetops, there are three layers, which I also call sectors. Those are sectors 0, 1, and 2. And all the footage you see here is just sector 0. Now, as the player, you may not know right away what the Matryoshka brain is there for and what it could be computing. So that's something you'll figure out as the game progresses. Now, it is interesting to note that you are playing as one of the robots on the inside surface of the Matryoshka brain, and you're tasked with disassembling it. So let your imagination run wild about how that would fit into this futuristic sci-fi story. Now, onto actual gameplay features that have been added since the last updates. You'll notice this is a different camera perspective, and there will be multiple different types of cameras that are visible from the desktop computer while the player is playing in first person in VR. And this is just to make it cool for making videos or make it fun for someone else to watch as you play. You'll also notice there's a bit of a UI around the Magnetop. So those three green bars are your health points. The blue area is showing the cooldown timer, so the delay you have in between firing shots. And the three orange pieces are your bullet pool, which indicates that you can have a maximum of 3 bullets in the world concurrently. Now you can affect all three of those things in the game via upgrades, as well as some other aspects, such as increasing your bullet speed or decreasing enemy bullet speed. There's even some more creative upgrades that reveal pieces of the story in the main menu, and upgrades to add number of times your bullets reflect off the walls. So hopefully the game will be more about finding those sweet spots where you can reflect bullets around the corners to hit your target. And I've been working a bit on the graphics of the upgrades, but they don't actually do anything in the game yet. But this is kind of what that looks like if you were presented with a choice between 4 upgrades, and then you would choose which one of these you want to apply. And in the start of the game, I would have the player only be presented with 2 options, and then there would be an upgrade that increases the number of options presented in the future. Another new thing I've got here is the notification queue, which just shows various text, all kinds of information that the player may want to know in the future. For now, it's just showing that your experience points are increasing as things fall into Biabos, and eventually you'll be fighting enemies on the walls, and whenever you defeat them, their remnants will fall into the star and increase your experience that way. And then the idea is that you use that extra mass in the star, you star lift that mass out, and that's how you create your upgrades. I've worked a little bit on the boss since last time, so he's got an attack where electric balls are emitted from him, and it'll be more challenging once I have the boss walking around the room. But the electric balls will just be something else that damages you and it stops bullets. So hopefully it'll be challenging when the boss is kind of using those as a way to evade you. And maybe there'll be more of those to make it even more challenging. Let me take a look at my notes here. I know there's some other stuff. Oh yes, the music that you've been hearing, that gets layered in as you progress through the game. And there's 3D audio, which means any sound effects in the game, they have attenuated volume to each of your ears. So the way that your head is positioned and oriented affects the way the audio sounds. So it's just more immersive. I'm also hoping to port the game to Oculus Quest, and no guarantees there because I think that'll be a lot of work to optimize some of the shaders in the game, especially the particles that are kind of taxing on the GPU. And there's also music complete for the next sector, which that is playing now in the background. And it also goes by the same design where it'll be layered in as you progress through the sector, and then there's an additional song for the boss fight. And Mitchell Beck has been working on all the music. He's done a really fantastic job to create something that sounds non-human and unpredictable to fit the alien theme of the game. And it may or may not mainly involve aliens in the story, but it could also be about a human civilization very far into the future. Wink, wink. So that's about all that I've got for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Now, once this main theme for Sector 1 finishes up, I'll just leave you to chill out to the Sector 1 boss music. So this is the world premiere for this music, and I haven't programmed that much of the game yet, but I'll just leave you with some of the older footage, and we can enjoy how far the game has come since I've began.